can dream it, you can do it. I think we all have seen this happen in front of us over the last 25 years in terms of creation of INDO-MIM right since its inception in 1997. So today we are here to celebrate this dream come true. I think the first one in terms of MIM outside the state of Karnataka. So let's all celebrate today the inauguration of Chennai Plant. Any auspicious event starts with taking blessings of God and lighting of the lamp. Can I request our honorable chief guest, Dr. Krishna Chivukula and Dr. Jagadamba, to please come forward and light the lamp. We would now like to listen to you on INDO-MIM group, the evolution and the way forward.
Thank you all for being with us on this occasion. And as you know, INDO-MIM has several facilities in Bangalore and also in Tirupati, in Andhra Pradesh. So now this is our first facility in Tamil Nadu. And it is stunning at what has been accomplished in a very short span of 23, 24 years. It is just mind-boggling. It is not that long ago that we dug the ground and did the Bhumi Puja for the Hoskote factory, for which my mother, Lalita Shastri, she took a piece of her jewelry and put it in the ground. Maybe that's the reason why everything has become so successful so fast. With her blessings. And the first plant that we built, we only had 4 molding machines and 2 furnaces and 1 debine system. That's it. And the plant was only about 20,000 square feet. And maybe we had about 25, 30 employees. And I knew all of them by name. All of them. Managers and workers as well. And then we bought the Dodbalapur land, and then Tirupati, and now Chennai. All within a short span of 23 years, 24 years. By comparison, you can select many companies in India that have been in India for about 100 years. And they have not accomplished in 100 years what our people, our employees, our managers have accomplished in 23 years. That's what we're talking about. What has been accomplished here in 23 years is more than what many people have done in India over the past 100 years. The other distinguishing feature about INDO-MIM, in terms of a macro outlook, is that we are the first manufacturing company in India to be world number one. I probably would even further take a risk and make a statement that we're probably the only company in India that is world number one in anything. Okay. There are bigger companies than us, much bigger, but there's no company that's world number one. And what is really amazing is that we are world number one in a very complex technology, which was the emerging technology, even in the US. I'm reminded of one incident in Chicago that happened in 1998, no, about 2000. At the McCormick Center in Chicago, there was a trade show. And I attended the trade show. We had just started our Lodbalapur factory. And, it's a trade show and, we had a small booth. And at the end of the day, there were a whole bunch of people, companies, their representatives, presidents, vice presidents, what have you, suppliers and customers, so on and so forth. It's a big, big show. And there was a big bar also. And obviously at the end of the day, people have nothing else to do other than go have a drink. And I followed along with them. Or maybe I led them to come, whichever. And we were having a couple of drinks. And I said to a group of about 11 people who were in the industry, I said, within 15 years, we'll be world number one. So one of the guys, he laughed at me. He laughed. He said, look, metal injection molding is an emerging technology. It's a fancy technology. It combines plastic injection molding along with powder metallurgy. It's an emerging technology. Means there are more questions than answers. The Japanese are trying to find the answers. They're having a difficult time. The Americans are trying to get answers. They're having a tough time. The Germans are trying. The French, the Italians. Everybody is trying, but they're having a difficult time. And you are telling me and us that from your plant in India, your company in India is going to be world number one? I think you had too much to drink. Okay. Maybe I did. I'm not denying that. But I said, all right, let's take a bet. So I took out $100 out of my pocket and I put it on the table. I said, okay, $100 each, put them on the table. So all 11, 12 guys put $100 each on the table. So it ended up being $1,200, which is not much money. And then I got an envelope from the bartender and I put the $1,200 in it, sealed it, and then put all our names on it. And I gave it to one guy and I said, you keep it. Okay? And then around 2015 or 14, I saw the same people again, maybe not all of them, but many of them, and I collected $1,200. That shows confidence. And the amazing thing is that we accomplished what we accomplished in India, even though there was no market in India for our products. So, we started establishing offices all over the world. It costs us a lot of money to do that. But that decision not to go through sales representatives, which is a cheap way of going about it, but invest in an office in Brescia in Italy and one office in Michigan, just setting up those offices and maintaining them, it costs you $1.5 million a year. Okay? And combine that with the fact that metal injection molding is an emerging technology, and India does not have a tremendous amount of credibility in the international markets for engineered products. There's no track record. We're not like Germany, that is known for its engineering skills. So it was very difficult initially to get customers. And I still remember Jagdish Holla, who is now a senior vice president for North America. He was in Michigan, outside in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and he visited me in Syracuse, New York. We went out for a walk in the evening and came back to our house, and we were sitting in front, and Jagdish started complaining, saying, "Sir, I've been trying for 2 years. I'm traveling, I'm meeting customers, but I'm not getting orders. And we're spending a lot of money." And he was almost to the point of crying. So I said, "Wait a minute, Jack, stop. Let me ask you a question." And this is a trick question, okay? Think about it, listen to the question carefully, and then think about it. Okay. I asked, "Jack, are we not doing something that we should be doing?" I repeat the question. I didn't ask, what should we be doing? I asked, are we not doing something that we should be doing? He thought about it for a while and said, "No, we're doing everything we can do and we should do." So I said, "Then what's the problem? Keep doing it. You will succeed. We will succeed." And when we succeed, you will succeed so well that you won't believe yourself. Keep working hard, keep doing the thing. We made a plan. It's a good plan. I believe in the plan. Implement it. Again, implement it. Again, implement it. Work hard. Get up in the morning. Go to work. Okay? And it'll happen. Secondly, I said, "Jack, you mentioned that we're spending too much money." I agree. Whose money are you spending? He said, "Yours." My money. So I said, "Then why are you crying?" "I'm not crying." Okay? And the same thing I think I said to you, correct?
For China. I was just remembering that.
Right. So I say all this for a reason. In life, you have to be confident Number one, you have to think intelligently what to do, lay out the plan, believe in yourself, don't second guess, don't give up. A lot of people give up after. They think success should come immediately, right now, without any effort. I know a lot of people who want to be multimillionaires. All they do is sit in their chair, drink beer, and they want to become multimillionaires. It will never happen. Okay. So you have to work hard and be intelligent and prepare a plan. Get consensus among all the managers that this is what we're going to do, and then do it. Keep doing it, and things will happen. And that is the motto, and that is one of the components of that made us as successful as we are. The second is, I never tried to do everything myself. I always used to delegate and say, look, go ahead, do it, make mistakes. That's okay. Okay? But don't make the same mistake again and again. Okay? Next time make a different mistake. At least you will learn. Okay? And take a decision. I will never yell at you for making a wrong decision. Okay? I will yell at you if you don't make a decision. If for every decision you come to me, why am I paying you? Maybe I should do the whole thing myself. Also, how are you going to grow? Okay? And in fact, we used to have a big house in downtown Bangalore on Church Street. We had a dinner party one night, and there were about 10 or 12 people. And one of the things I said, this was in 2001. I selected someone, okay? I won't name who that is, because he is going to talk himself later on. I said, look, you know what I'm worried about? I'll tell you. In 15 years, we're going to be world number one. I know this. It's a given. It is going to happen. Believe me, trust me, it is going to happen. We will be world number one. But then, this guy, I said, look, and you're only 29 years old. Okay? You have X number of employees now. In 15 years, you'll have 10x or 20x number of people. But you'll be only 44 years old. And you won't be able to manage these people. That is what I worry about. I'm worrying about it now. And people looked at me like, in Telugu we have a saying, Alu ledu, Zulu ledu, Koduku per Somalingam. Okay, what that translated in English, it means you don't have a wife and she is not pregnant yet. But you already named your son Somalingam. Okay? We just started the company, we don't have any customers, and I'm already talking about being world number one, and the problems we will have when we're world number one. So, basically what happened is we created a self-fulfilling prophecy and the belief system among all the employees that it will happen, that they will make it happen. They can make it happen. I'm only there to guide them and support them and encourage them. That's why we came up with a slogan, if not now, when? If not here, where? If not us, who? Just do it. And we did it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think more than anything else, I would like to say that your conviction is contagious. The entire belief system that you have is kind of ingrained into each one of our DNAs. And probably 15 years from now, if we happen to be at that position to probably talk about it, I think verbatim we will speak the same language that you spoke in 2001. So that is the reason I said ABC of KC. What is it? Aspire, believe, commit. So that's the ABC of KC. Thank you once again. May I now request the backbone of Mr. KC, that is Dr. Jagadamba, to formally inaugurate the machine shop. Inauguration of machine shop virtually at the hands of Dr. Jagadamba. Well, Dr. Jagadamba, madam, you have been the backbone of our chairman, our beloved chairman KC, and I'm sure you have seen him all through the days of kith and kin. We thought we will request you to talk about early days of Shiva Analyticals and INDO-MIM.
Dear INDO-MIM team and friends, good morning. It's nice to see all of you and thank you for coming. As Manoj said, I was asked to speak about the early days of Shiva and INDO-MIM, right?
Yeah.
So it was the summer of 1990. KC came to a fork in the path of his life's journey. He had just resigned as a group president and CEO of a multinational company. He had to decide which path to take. One path was to take a corporate job and work for someone or some company. The other path was to start a business on his own. I think I spoke yesterday, that's when he said, what's the worst thing that can happen to two people who are so well educated, qualified, trained, skilled? So this is the time to do it. He also thought, if I don't do it now, when I'm already 43, by that time I was 43, 1990, when will I start on my own? If not now, when? I mean, otherwise I may never start. He started Shiva Technologies, Inc. in 1990 at Syracuse, New York. Initially, there were only 2 employees. One was Casey, the other was a scientist. It was the scientist who brought the idea of buying VG9000, which analyzed materials. It's elemental analysis, materials characterization. That's where it detected parts per billion. Casey was doing everything, including sales, marketing, buying, accounting. He was making cold calls to get possible customers. I think I spoke about this yesterday, so it may be a repetition. Some of you may not have been there. So one day in the middle of the night, I woke him up. I shook him and woke him up. I told him, how can you sleep so soundly when we are losing so much money? I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I'm depressed, I'm not able to sleep. So he says, what can I do in the middle of the night? There is nothing I can do now, but I'll get up early and I'll start working very hard, which he did. That's the type of Casey he is. And then anyway, I'm an MBBS doctor who went to US, got my MD degree in USA in pediatrics. I'm also board certified in taking care of premature babies, sick newborns. So I was working 3 jobs at the same time, and this supported the family. Shiva Technologies Inc. Group became world #1 and was very successful. So we started the branches in France and in California. And Shiva Analyticals was started in Bangalore. After France and California, we started Shiva Analyticals in India. I think it was 1997. Yeah, right. And in 2006, we sold Shiva Group of companies, and Shiva Analyticals was sold a few years later. Now coming to INDO-MIM, KC came to India around 1995-96 to explore business opportunities. He met Dr. Krishna Rao when he was attending a metallurgical conference. And Krishna Rao was the one who discussed with him. He didn't know Krishna Rao at that time. He just met him in the metallurgical conference. And then Krishna Rao started explaining to him about MIM technology, metal injection molding technology. So after discussing with him, the idea of bringing MIM technology to India was born. In 1997, INDO-MIM was formed as a joint venture with AFT, Colorado, USA. Joint venture did not work out, so KC bought out the AFT basically. 7 employees were sent for training in MIM technology to AFT, Colorado between 1997 and 1998. I think I can name some. Shivashankar was one, Vijay and Giri, Verma, Ravi Bapatla, Sai. Out of the 7, only one person left to do something else. All the other 6 stayed on. And one retired. Vijay retired recently, right? Yeah. So, in 1997, MIM technology was still new, even in United States. I think Casey mentioned that earlier. So Casey left India in 1970 after finishing his M.Tech. So he was in the US doing further studies, and he stayed on, worked there. So as it was more than 25 years since I had left India, so we are talking about 1997 now. So that means he was already there in US for 25 years. He did not have any exposure to Indian working conditions. He had no idea about how things work in India. So he met a government official, if I remember correctly, it was for a business loan. You had a business plan, right? And then the government official wanted some money. So Krishna takes out a check to write a check. And so the official says, "No, sir, don't you have an escort?" Krishna had no idea what escort means in this situation. He knew what escort means, but not what the official meant. I think people can understand that, I think, right? So, when he started a company in India, he thought he'll start the company here and then go to US and manage the company from US. But he soon realized it was not practical, it was not going to work. So he had to stay in India for months at a time. I even wrote in my diary when he left US, when he came back to US. So there were months he was here and I was there, because I couldn't leave my practice. I had my pediatric practice, so I could not leave. Of course, there were many challenges, hurdles. I think like most startup businesses, we were losing significant amounts of monies in the initial years. Since Shiva Technologies was very successful during that time, our family was able to manage financially. Over the years, INDO-MIM has grown very well. I think Casey mentioned that. And as the saying goes, The rest is history.
I can only say that it gives goosebumps. I'm sure people who were a part of the journey in 1997 and also people like us who later came on board can relive all that you said, madam. So thank you very much. It's been a great support. It's been a great journey so far, and I'm sure we will have more and more such laurels to achieve. One thing which madam talked about, which I personally have learned from Casey and have been practicing it, that is the power of networking. I think that is something which you have demonstrated multiple times, sir, and you have personally narrated those incidences to me. I have designed or maybe curated a small phrase, which I, of course, give the entire credit to him. Your network is your net worth. I think that is the power of networking. So thank you so much for doing that. The other thing which, when Casey sir was reciting the lines that he told to Jag, also he repeated the same thing few years later to me. I think it was in the year 2006 or 7, when we were about to open the office in China, or when we started looking for the China office. To be frank with you, out of my own experience, I can tell you that I was horrified. I was not at all feeling that this would be a right step for us to get into China. But he was the person who narrated the same line, and he said, "Are you not doing something which you should be doing?" And also the other things that he talked about, money. We opened our China office, I think in the year 2012. And friends, I am so very proud and happy to tell you that we are one of those few companies in the country which is selling to China, not buying from China. Right? China used to be a big competitor. It does have a lot of MIM companies there. But there is one thing I keep telling to all of our customers, that China is called the manufacturing factory of the world. But the one thing that it takes beating from us, not just India, from us, is MIM technology. So friends, we are very, very proud to say that we are the world's #1 MIM company, and we are, what he normally tells us is, world #1 is okay. But what you should remember is that you should be 3 times of world #2. I still remember, this is something which he told us many, many years back, that Manoj, we have to be 3 times of world #2. Whether you continue to remain world #1 is not important, but ensure that you increase the gap between the world #1 and #2, which I think we have been doing very well. So a great job by everyone at INDO-MIM. Thank you. I have made a humble attempt of highlighting one of our chairman's quality that each one of our leaders have demonstrated, and I would like to invite each one of them one by one here. So I'd like to first call upon Mr. Vijay Kumar, ex-president of INDO-MIM Tirupati, who in my mind embodies the vision and hard work quality of yours. So Vijay, over to you. I think Vijay can talk about INDO-MIM's culture and DNA.
Yeah. Chairman sir, KC sir, madam, respected madam, dear friends, I am feeling very nervous. The way INDO-MIM has changed over 25 years is something nobody could have imagined that we'll be here at this stage. With so many things have happened. As Casey said so many times, we started very humbly. Talking about the DNA is very small molecule which contains the information that can build and grow the organization. That you can see practically from our chairman sir. See, he is the DNA. We came with different DNAs before we came to this company. But once we came into the company, we adopted the DNA that is given by Casey. He told us this is what has to be done, and he taught us practically so many things. He gave us opportunities, and he told us, so gave us so many values which we which we relish, and that is what is really taking forward. if I go back to early days, we actually very small, even we didn't have a company. Like we started in RMB, a small house he had when we joined this company. When we joined, we were only 4 people. Later, Sinu and Sai joined, and immediately after joined, we went to US to absorb the technology which we never worked. We were with different backgrounds. I came with a photometry background, and similarly Ravi came with the tooling background, Sai came with the design background. We never had any idea what MIM is. But we got that idea, yes, this is what I think we have to get it. We have to bring this technology, we have to grow it. So what all of us have to understand is basically once you have the will, once you just have to believe that yes, you can do it, then it can be done. And once we went there, we were not knowing what needs to, but we were just started working there. We started different activities, different departments were allotted to us, and we started absorbing the technologies, and we came, implemented it. And as Casey said, we just had only 4 molding machines and 2 sintering furnaces. But one thing what he said in the beginning was that now you buy the best. So you always got the best possible things. So that you have to treat yourself with best capex, then only you have a chance of surviving. So we followed that. We didn't have money to buy the good equipment, but we bought the best battlefield machines. Same battlefield machines are continuing, same furnaces are continuing. So it's very that comes from the DNA. DNA is very, very important. That once we adopt that, then it really, that is what is taking forward. Then after that, like we were struggled for. When the technology was not easily doable, not easily repeatable, in the sense that the technology was a high-end technology. We had a lot of rejects, and as she was talking yesterday, he used to joke with us that you don't know what you people are doing, so you do the products and you go to Tirupati and come. But yes, that worked. We just stayed on. There were days when we stayed back in the company for many hours. In fact, the longest we stayed was 48 hours. Then we made many parts like this. For next 4 years we have tried. We brought the technology to a level where you can make small volumes also. So that was a great thing all of us enjoyed. And it was able, you see, it's very important to stay there. You always used to say, don't give up, keep trying. We used to have very heated arguments in the conference rooms discussing the failures. But he never discouraged us. He said, keep trying. And we tried. And it's a question of 5 years. Then the things started happening. Then we got into automotive. Then it took a lot of time for us to make even the first 100 crores. If I remember right, I think it took almost 8 years first to make 100 crores turnover. Then next 200 crores came in next 2 years' time. We made 200 crores in next 2 years' time. Then it's multiplied like anything. Then by 2010 we became the world leaders. World leaders with only a turnover of about 400 crores. So we could achieve that kind of thing. Then he said, like we were thinking that okay, it's enough. Then he said, no. Now we need to start another new technology. That's how this IC, investment casting. We never had any idea of investment casting. No idea. But Casey believed that yes, we should do this investment casting. The basic idea there was like we are losing out on manufacturing of the big parts. So we should make the same complex parts but a different technology so that we have a bigger basket of doing the parts. So he believed that we can do it. We didn't have belief that we can do it, but he believed, yes, we can do it. And then he said, no, we will not do it here. You go to a small place like Tirupati, so where there is no manufacturing at all. And there was no big vendor support also for us there. But still he said, no, we can do it there. So we went, we got a small 5 acres plot. We constructed again a small facility, 20,000 square foot facility. Again, he encouraged to buy good machines. We bought, when normal machines were available for a few lakhs of rupees here, we bought machines from USA for making the wax patterns. So that is what made us the good patrons, and then he encouraged us to do good shelling lines. Then we encouraged us to make the robotic lines. Lot of investment is required. This is unlike the MIM technology, investment cash technology is available. And there is a lot of cheap way of doing the investment casting. But he said, no, we should do the best. So that is the kind of culture what we had. That is the kind of culture what we imbibed. To spend for the right cause and bring the technologies and think ahead, have that big vision, big thing in mind. And I was really surprised. Within 5 years, 6 years, we broken even, and we started making money, and we started growing the company. There also, we took almost 6 years to make our first 100 crores. Then again, after that we started growing very quickly. By 2000, we were already about a 500 crore company. I mean, with nothing there in Tirupati, we could make it a 500 crore company. Then he said, no, again, we have to again invest in vacuum casting. So he always, I mean, just like without the soul, a body cannot work. In the same manner, without him, none of the things can work. Even here, setting up this facility, already about 150,000 square foot, I believe, is in place. So, to fill up those things, and the turnover will automatically come, the sales will come, the new technologies are going to come. That is the kind of vision what he has got. And all of us have to learn. I have learned personally a lot of things from him. And I came into the company when I was 36 years. And I was very happy to work for this company for more than 26 years. And he didn't want to leave me. When I was leaving at the age of 60, he said, what do you want to do? I said, only one thing. Because basically, if I stayed in this company, maybe I would have worked for maybe another 4 years, 5 years. But my belief is basically like me, the youngsters should come. And because everything is in place, the DNA is there, the culture is there. And you can have your own ideas, because basically you have to build on to that. And when people come if a person is going to come at 36 years, 40 years, easily you have another 25 years to take it forward. So instead of 5 years, it becomes extended for 25 years, 30 years. That is the kind of thing, because we need future leaders. Because this is the company that live for more than hundreds of years it has to survive. So my position has been taken over by Bindu Madhav. He is a very smart person. Similarly, like a person who has worked with Sinu, he has gone to US, he has set up the facility. I am very happy that he is very nicely. And my message is basically start believing yourself, because we are in right place. We have acquired a right DNA coming to this company, and we just have to adopt this. And we keep doing, and definitely success is on our side. That is what I want to communicate. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So thank you, Vijay. The next I would like to invite our CFO, Mr. Bala Subramanian, and the quality which I thought I could relate was with him of KC was trust. So I think that is the powerful quality that I can see resonating with Bala. So Bala can talk about INDO-MIM opportunities and challenges.
It's a big challenge for me to talk about opportunities and challenges, but I have noted a few points. See, KC taught us to dream big. Now, he always used to say, dream big, you have only one choice, you can as well dream big. This was something which we started seeing right back in 1998, and it continues even today. You know, I like Tamil poems because I have read a lot of Tamil. In Thirukural we call it as Ulluvadellam Uyar Ulal Mattrathu Tallinum Tallame Neerthu. That means dream big, don't dream small. And that has helped us to shape our life. And the second motto that he gave to us is do whatever you can, because that's what is in your control. Beyond that, you have got to leave it to the situation that emerges. Again, I can describe it. Sayathakka valla sayakkadum, sayathakka sayyamayyanum kedum. That means you should do whatever you can and you should not do whatever you should not do. Both you should take care. So this is something which becomes very critical in companies because we most of the times don't know 100% what's going to happen. We have a broad objective and we have a broad direction and we go as per that. And then things go wrong, he doesn't find fault with us. He is quite pardoning in nature. Okay, fine, things didn't work, let's move. So these two lessons has helped us to shape our lives in this company and the company. And this is what has helped us to realize each one of the milestones that we have done. I don't think we have reached the best. It is just a starting point. We are only at 2,500 crores of turnover right now. We have a lot more to do. So what are the opportunities we have? We are, it's a very popular word of KC. Serendipity. We are at the right time at the right place. Manufacturing is expected to boom. We are in the manufacturing sector. That is the first advantage that we have. Most of the promoters actually would like to realize the profits, take the money home and not invest. We have had 25 years of continuous reinvestment in business. We have a set of promoters who are willing to make investments in the company, which is something which is a great opportunity for all the people working in the company. And third important thing is, fortunately we have a good set of leaders, most of whom are selected by him. And then we all have also selected many other people in the company who are all very sincere, hardworking. We are willing to do the work that even without supervision they will continue to do well. So having a leadership which has hunger to do great things is also an opportunity. These are the three things which has shaped up our company and it will continue to shape up our company. Next is the power of cost. Being located in India gives us great advantage. You have very good talent available in the country, may not be the most experienced talent, but we have raw talent which is willing to go places. So as long as we are able to make use of this talent and then make things happen in this country, we will continue to be great. The best example that we have, the power of low cost and great productivity is China. They are a successful nation in front of us. India also has an opportunity and we should make use of it. This means that we should not lose the cost advantage. How do you do that? You continuously improve your productivity and keep the cost down. And that's the only way you can ensure that this advantage remains with us. And then the last one is the talent. Talent pool is available. It is not very well experienced. It is the responsibility of all of us to train people who come into the company who are raw, fresh. And if we are able to train them well, what happens is overnight you are able to keep the cost very low. If every function in the company starts saying that I want to have the best of experience, the talent will become costly, the cost of production will go up and it will not be possible for us to do it. And I think we have done a great job in this front in the last 10 years. Thanks to big effort by Dr. Shiv and KJ, we have systematized most of the hard inputs in the company into the systems today. Every department in charge has done a great job in bringing everything under the systems. Today we have error-proofing systems which are extremely good, and we can, about 20 years ago I still remember most of the top managers in the company used to say tool room is a tough job, it needs experienced people, it's an art and it cannot be done by ordinary people. And Ravi and Giri and Shiv have rewritten that, and then now today the entire Devanahalli tool room is run by trainees. And these people keep changing every second year and still the output is great. It's actually a great testament for thinking differently to ensure that the cost is down and still productivity is high. So these are the opportunities and we should not miss out any of these opportunities. The biggest challenge that I see as a company for us is, everybody feels happy that, we have come to this place, we are a great company, we are the topmost company in the metal injection molding space. So sometimes, it's like, the hare and the tortoise story. You suddenly feel that, okay, fine, I have done great job, I can take some rest. It doesn't work like that. Single digit growth in turnover numbers in percentage terms is a sure shot way for bankruptcy. If a company grows by less than 10%, the cost of all the, the factors of production in the company will go up by 10%. So you'll end up making lesser money than what you have been making. So the biggest challenge is to ensure that the turnover grows up at least by 20% every year. And this could be by way of, whatever changes we do. We have to do something which we have not been doing all these years. The last 2 years have been a bit of disturbing situation for us, that the growth factor is definitely in single digit on the top line. And this is something which we have to address as a company. We are working on it. This year targets are much better. We are almost at 20% target. Hope we will achieve that. The second challenge is, all this growth is not going to come by internal production alone. We are going to have acquisitions. We already have 2 acquisitions. We have lined up a few more acquisitions in the company. Rapid integration of these companies into the company is actually going to be the biggest challenge that we are going to face. Because none of these companies are well run, and that's why we are acquiring. So we have got to run it better. If we continue to run the same way that they have been running, they will continue to lose more money. The reason is they are running a bootstrap organization. We will go and we will put up our high cost solution to the company. Now the losses will go up further. So it's very important for us to integrate these companies faster into the company. KC always talks about it. He says the biggest challenge that we have as a company is to integrate and assimilate the new companies into our company. I think the first starting point for that is, I think we should definitely deploy 2 technical people into these companies right at the beginning. And we have to make all the changes in the first 100 days. If we don't do the first 100 days challenge, then the existing management will get more entrenched into the business and they will start questioning every one of the changes that we are doing as a major matter of problem. And finally, the power of conviction. We should be convinced. 1983, India was not the favorite to win the World Cup. After scoring a low score against West Indies, we were not expected to win. IPL matches, still we won. Similarly, IPL first round, Rajasthan Royals was not expected to win, but they won because they had conviction. Third is, the third best example that we can give is Chennai Super Kings. It's considered as a daddy's army. It is not the best in talent, but they are the most successful team. This is the power of conviction that KC talks about. If you believe that you can do well, and if you work hard, we will do well. So let us stay focused on our energies and let us stay focused on the talent, and I am sure we can do great things. Finally, I would like to recollect one event. I have spoken to KC's mother. I have met with her. She is one of the rare individuals who has had the satisfaction of seeing a very successful son right in her prime age. She was very happy about the fact that what he has achieved. In Tamil we say, Indra Purudum Peridivakkum Tan Maganai Chandro and Eketatai. That means if a son becomes very successful, mother feels very happy. So he had the fortune of achieving everything in front of his mother and showing to her that he is a great son. Now we are his successors and it is our responsibility to ensure that we achieve greater heights and show it to him. Thank you.
Wonderful, Bala. Thank you very much. It just resonates with Abdul Kalam's quote, failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. So I think our determination to succeed is strong enough and will continue to grow the way you have said. Okay, so now there is time for us to invite our own creator of this plant, Mr. Ravi Bapatla, General Manager, Chennai Plant and Tool Room. And the quality that I feel Ravi resonates with KC is passion. So Ravi will talk to us about Chennai Plant and adoption of automation.
Good afternoon, all of you. Sir, he gave me a small story, but he didn't disclose who is the person in it. Okay? That is the one is me. I will tell you how it goes. Okay? See, what happened one day, he used to conduct the meetings very jovial, very easy. I remember one day when we were in a very initial stage, he called all of us in a stage, on the table. he was talking about like everybody. He generally picks one person. Whenever he look at the crowd, somehow he'll pick me. You know. So in the crowd, no, he picked me. Ravi, what is your age? That's what story he said. I was, when I joined here, I was like a kid only. That is why he always picked me. So my worry is like, now how many people you have? I said, sir, we are with the 25 people. He said, Ravi, the day is going to come to handle 250 people. Okay, that is where he said that alu ledu, sulu ledu, solper, komalingam. So thinking how I have just 25 people and he is talking about 250 people. And the day has come. Very soon it has come. And then we are growing up. Our number is increasing. One day Mr. Casey visited our shop and he asked me, Ravi, do you know how many people are working with you? I said, sir, 250. Okay. So then he said, Ravi, tell me properly, how many number you have? Sorry, sir, 257. Okay. That is the vision he had. And then it was really surprised to me, like, how he could able to predict 10 years before what is going to happen. Hats off to you, sir. So that is the story of the tool room, how we started building up. So later on what happened after we reached to 250 and our journey doesn't stop there. It is going up and up and up and up. That is where Krishna Chivukula Jr. came into the picture. Right? So he has got a different vision. Ravi, business can go. Your people cannot go more than 250, he said. Oh my God. So he gave me a different direction that you should reach there and we reached it. And now son came and told that you cannot increase beyond this. So that is where I looked at it. The three people sitting over there, that is from GF Technology. So, they are the people who I approach them. Please do some automation in tool room. Wherein our 250 chairman number, what he gave remains same, but our growth become a double. So that is where those people came into picture. They invented the city, what the unit you are seeing here. We are going to inaugurate by KJ. Actually, I thought we will be inaugurating that. Sir, what happens this is, without anybody, lights off. The machine is going to run without any person. Yeah. So that is the reason I just wanted to inaugurate in front of them. And Mr. Carlos, the next target for you is, you have to promise to our chairman. This vision I had very long back, sir. But we are not in an affordable price. These guys done such a wonderful job. Now they brought is affordable price. So now we are going to set up the complete tool room here. No man. It runs in a zero lights off condition. Okay. So now I wanted actually the KJ to inaugurate this. Since he is not there, may I request their little young ones, please come on to the stage. Yeah, I think he will call you now. With this, this is the brief introduction I want to give KJ sir. So I'll hand over the stage to him. Please take over.
Wonderful, wonderful, Ravi. I think we are all eager to see this entire shop filled with such things. So the people from GF, it's a wonderful challenge. I am in marketing, so very seldom I get some customers who will come to my place and say that here is, take the purchase order. So you have such fortunate customer in form of INDO-MIM who is taking you, take the purchase order. Okay, so can I request Arav and Arjun, Krishna to come here on the dais and use this remote again with the same unique style. Ravi, with the remote. You can just press this. Press. The automation that KJ has dreamt of, or KJ has envisioned, and Ravi and his team have made it happen. Now I would like to call upon virtually Holla, who's our Senior Vice President based at our US office. So I think he has sent out his video to us to talk about his thoughts with respect to this particular plant or with respect to this particular INDO-MIM family. And the quality of Jag that I felt very much resonates with Casey is tenacity. So I think the tenacity with which he has been working there and growing the US market, which contributes to almost 60% of our revenue, is just amazing. So let's all listen to Jag Holla.
Hello, good morning to you all. It's my pleasure to be with you remotely and talk about how INDO-MIM changed American perception about Indian manufacturing and quality over the last 2 decades. INDO-MIM entered the USA market at the most difficult time. We started sales and marketing operation on 1st of September 2001. That's right, 2001. Just 10 days into starting our sales and marketing operation, 9/11 happened. The whole business world was shocked and fearful. USA got involved with war in Afghanistan and then in Iraq. During the ongoing global conflict between the West and the Islam world, India and Pakistan also got to the edge of potential nuclear conflict. There was no moment on the American TVs that did not mention how dangerous East was. And here was INDO-MIM team trying to sell MIM components to the US customers. Most of them did not know what MIM was. India back then did not have much of reputation in the manufacturing sector either. We were too small to be considered by large customers, and small customers did not care about importing from India. The only saving grace was people from India had started getting respect thanks to our IT brothers. Y2K had just passed, and USA businesses just had a sigh of relief thanks to the brilliant engineers from India. Against this massive barrier to the entry, we, the INDO-MIM team, went ahead and conquered the market, and we continue to dominate the USA market even today. Currently, we control around 70% of the North American MIM market. Roughly half of this market was actually created by INDO-MIM through adopting the MIM process, saving millions to our customers and raking millions to INDO-MIM. How did we do this? Early on, our chairman, Mr. Krishna Chivukula Sr., dreamt big. He dreams big even today. And he taught us all how to dream big. We all owe to our chairman the can do and the must do kind of an attitude. Our team's resilience, innovation, customer centric attitude, and adequate investments into the technology at the right time all propelled our growth. For a while, every program our competition lost was actually called Bangalore, and that's how famous INDO-MIM was. The customers who asked what MIM was and where is India are now saying, just send the project to INDO-MIM. They will take care of it. This is all because of our leadership, relentless pursuit for perfection, and the camaraderie. I remember Casey used to host cricket matches during the weekend to promote teamwork and make us understand benefits of each one backing up for other. Of course, on the cricket ground, everyone wanted to get Casey's wicket. Casey always promoted freedom to innovate. He repeatedly used to say everyone is allowed to make a mistake, but with one condition. They cannot repeat the same mistake. During the phase 2 of the INDO-MIM growth, our CEO, Mr. Krishna Chivukula Jr., added to the dynamic leadership. With his relentless pursuit for excellence in the manufacturing, INDO-MIM went ahead and solidified the market leadership across the globe. We have been the global market leaders for the last 10 plus years by a huge margin. Our nearest competition globally, I think, is less than half our size. Having said that, we have a long runway left to cover. Our entry into additive manufacturing, metal powder production, medical machining, production of vacuum castings for ever-demanding aerospace market have only opened us to more challenges to tackle in the future. But we are ready. There is no doubt in our minds that we will conquer these new frontiers with the same zeal and the focus that brought us here. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
I think it's so true that INDO-MIM has reached a level where I think a lot of people who were probably taunting us earlier are kind of afraid of us. And I'm not saying this with a boast attitude, but with an attitude of pride. I many times recite to some of my customers from China, Korea, Japan, citing them examples that there are customers from US and Europe who come to visit INDO-MIM and return without visiting Taj Mahal. So that's the popularity of INDO-MIM, and that's what INDO-MIM means. So after that successful story of America, we have our daunting leader Kiran Kumar, Vice President of our Stuttgart office, handling Europe. And the quality of Kiran, which resonates or which is imbibed from Casey, I felt, was commitment. Kiran will talk about the evolution of European office.
Guests, friends and colleagues, it's a great honor to be talking in front of you. Like most of the senior management colleagues, I didn't have the opportunity to play cricket, have beer and still salary. I joined few years later directly into the serious sales business. After spending a year, Casey sir sent me to Germany without even knowing a single sentence of German. At that point of time, I think we were less than $2 million turnover, all technologies put together from Europe. And I'm proud to say today we are close to 100 million USD. When I say this, this says a lot more about the capabilities at the plant, the hard work, commitment, the expertise. So it says much more than the people at the plant, than the sales and marketing. So to make it short, I would say to Casey sir, you please continue creating these plants, and it's a commitment from sales and marketing that we will fill it up every time. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiran. Can I have Dr. Shiv, Vice President Operations? And the quality of Shiv which resonates with our beloved chairman is leadership and dream big.
I know we are running late. I'll make it very quick, not like yesterday. I will do it fast. First of all, I'll just read numbers: 1.5, 11, 27, 45, 74, 102, 142, 303, 600, 1200, and then it goes 1500, 2000, etc. These are the numbers, alternate numbers of the sales that we did in the metal injection molding technologies. And I think Casey talked, one of the topics that I wanted to cover today is about scaling up technologies. Casey buys all these companies with different technologies, but scaling up them is a different ball game altogether. And if you look at our tool room that Ravi has built, you will be surprised that we do 75 designs a month, 75 molds a month, and develop 75 products as well. In a year, it's 900 molds and 900 products that are developed. On an emerging technology like this, no other MIM company does at this rate. And the reason that it is possible is because of the experts sitting here. It's not that they created more experts like them. If you try to create in a team, everyone has to be Mahendra Singh Dhoni, you will not succeed. You cannot have Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and it will take a long time to create Mahendra Singh Dhonis. But what they have done as experts is they have understood exactly what to do, what are the key things to really scale up, and then they have systematized. For example, in design, we have 300 checklists, and the new guy, a trainee, has to come in and then go through the checklist, and he follows it. And if he follows it, he gets the design perfectly. Same thing in tool making. You follow certain set of instructions, follow the process, you get a good tool that is exportable to USA and will run flash free in San Antonio. So that's how they have scaled up the technology. And there is a saying, an expert is the one who does wrong things confidently. That's a whole saying. At INDO-MIM, expert is the one who simplifies complex things and codifies things so that anyone who can follow and get there. And that's very, very important for all of us to understand. You hear a lot of senior people in many companies coming and say skill is a problem. We don't get talent, we don't get skilled manpower. Because the reason is that everyone is looking for people with that talent and that skill in others. But that's not what we wanted. What we want is as an expert, you don't expect everyone to learn exactly the things that you know. Yes, he will come up with some other things, but you need to know clearly as to what he has to do it. And if you can codify it, then any technology can be scaled up. And in metal injection molding, that's what we have done. And we have to do the same thing for every technology. It's just not whether it is 3D printing, vacuum casting, any new technology. It is all about experimentation and making sure that you codify things that needs to be done so that you can repeatedly do it again and again and scale it up. Thank you very much. Sorry. One last point is about this plant. When Ravi was if you have come to tool room, if you have come to MIM, INDO-MIM, the tool room will always be very unique in INDO-MIM. Very clean, neatly organized, and it was very difficult to beat that department in 5 years. And when we all decided to put Ravi in charge of this plant, we knew that Ravi is going to create something different from the rest of the plants that we had. And Ravi, congrats to you, you have done exactly the same. Completely amazing, something different. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Shiv. I think what you have been doing is amazing. Dreaming big and scalability, leadership. Can I request General Vinay Shankar, maybe you can sit there only and talk. You can also address us, give us some of your thoughts, because you have been associated with us for a long time. Yeah, you can be there, sir, if you want.
Good afternoon, Jagadamba. Good afternoon, Krishna. Last evening I thought I have escaped speech making. I'm a shy, sort of stage shy chap. I don't want to be on the stage, despite having served in the army for 40 years. But et tu brute, you forced me to come on the stage now. Just to make a few points. During my service, I had the opportunity to visit almost all our defense PSUs and some major industrial houses. I went to Bharat Electronics, Hindustan Aeronautics, Bharat Development, and the whole lot of them. Ordnance Factory Board, some Larsen and Toubro plants. I also visited companies abroad, in Israel, in Germany, East Europe, America, France. And I used to come back and lament all the time as to why are we so inefficient. Huge plants, massive infrastructure, productivity, pathetic. Pathetic productivity. I mean, the figures were just, made me feel sort of inadequate as an Indian. Why are we so? And then, some years later, with the grace of God and providence, or call it what you like, I visited INDO-MIM. And I was amazed to see what I saw. A world-class company, better than almost every other European and American company that I had visited. Credit to you, Krishna, credit to you. So, all I'll say is this: Krishna, stay young, continue to stay young, and make INDO-MIM grow and grow and grow. Reach dizzying heights. My blessings and best wishes to you. And a final admission, you've always asked me whether you'll make a good army general. Let me say so with absolute honesty, you will. and I'm not sure if the converse is true. All the best to this INDO-MIM family. Greetings and blessings from both me and my wife. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Means a lot. Thank you very much. Now can I call upon Swaminathan, General Manager Defense and Medical Machining, and the quality of Swami that resonates with our chairman is belief. Please come.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to the Almighty and the people representing Him here to have given me this opportunity to talk before you. I just thought I'll reflect upon what are the qualities which differentiates INDO-MIM from the other companies here in India, which I have seen and been. First one comes to the mind is the focus on customers. We go sometimes out of the way, or even at any cost, keep the customer running. That's the goal, whatever has been set, and which has definitely come from the golden words of our chairman, which has been driven very deep into the last worker in our company. If something customer wants it, do it. And of course, sometimes, our CFO may not like it, but still, we go ahead, do it, because that's what makes, we believe strongly that makes the company move forward. The second thing is the focus on speed. Okay, always we are looking at ways and means to do things faster and faster and faster. Like, we started this machining division even before we had the machines. And we said, okay, the customer wants it, we will somehow make the components, give it to them, and then improve. And we are doing a catching up right now, but definitely we will do it much faster than anybody else can. The third thing is the freedom of speech, which has been there across the departments, across hierarchies, because if you feel something is right, you can express it here, and if you feel something is not right, you can express it freely. It doesn't matter to whom or who is expressing it. And follow-ups are across the lines. It doesn't have to go through the boss or the boss's boss or anything. That's the third quality which has differentiated us from anybody else in this country. And then, of course, dream big, which has translated into building capacities much ahead of time. And when we had, I remember that vein grinding was just building up. When we needed somewhere around 50-60 million, we built capacity for 70 million. And that has helped us indirectly also to kind of overcome the challenges we had in terms of the strike and then the CODs coming up. So we built up stocks, and customers need not ask for the components anymore, or do not have any apprehension whether the components will be there on time or not. So same thing has been extended to everywhere, and like what she was telling, always build 30% extra capacity at any given point of time. So that applies to the machining division also. We will get there by end of this year. And last but not the least are the people. Here you find a unique set of people who can help each other, and the passion for work. And something very, very unique is that people, I mean, if you find people are discussing in the meetings or anything, you will feel whether, I mean, you will kind of wonder whether people here are serious. But actually, it is a very, very unique quality where people take their work seriously but do it playfully. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you so much, Swami. I think it's very true for sales and marketing folks like us. If there is a company which is giving 30% spare capacity, I think that's the best message to give to our customers. That if you have any surge in volumes, we are just ready. Thank you. So now friends, we have the last inauguration to be done at the hands of Mr. Raj Chivukula. That is the INDO-MIM division. So we are also starting the INDO-MIM division here. And can I request for the remote again to be given so that we get this inauguration done at the hands of Mr. Raj Chivukula. And you all can look on the screen to your left.
Hello. I think we can agree that we also have the world #1 air conditioning system in this building, too. If the sprinklers had turned on, it could have snowed for the first time in Chennai. Wow, it was 25 years ago, I think, that I walked into Hoskode and was impressed. Walking into this building today, I had to stop, for at least 10 seconds and breathe just because of the escalation. And I know my father and love my father, and I know a lot has to do with him, but I would also like to acknowledge my older brother, Chris Jr., who is not here. And I think with the escalation that I've seen, things are just getting started. So, thank you.